Well, Mr. Council, my name is Toby Holloman, and my brother Warren Holloman is here, and several other people that you know really well. And we just want to talk with you a little bit about your life and a particular incident in your life. Is that okay? All right, well, good. Tell us your name.
Lynn, my name, Council.
Born in 1933, Lynn Council remembers what happened to him in November of 1952 like it was yesterday. "I didn't do it," he declares, "but I was taken to jail on Tuesday, I was tried on Wednesday, and I was hung on Thursday." In a few seconds, Jesus took over. In 2019, 67 years later, Council re-entered the sheriff's office in downtown Raleigh to find a dozen deputies standing somberly with their hands folded as he explained his survival. "They took me down to the woods to kill me. That's what they took me down there for, but things didn't happen that way." Council described being arrested by then Apex Police Chief Sam Bagwell, who believed him guilty of a robbery and subjected him to beatings despite his insistence on innocence.
Mr. Pierce's store got robbed Sunday night about 12 o'clock. He asked me, did I know anything about it? I told him no. He said, got robbed. Vicar, you did it. I said, no, I ain't robbed no store.
Toby Holloman, co-historian and author of Apex History, recounts how the former chief of police falsely rounded up 8 young African Americans, accusing them of robbing a local convenience store. Bagwell's history of brutality and racism is long and well documented, Holloman reports. Council says Bagwell took him to the Apex Town Hall with only 2 jail cells at the time, one for whites and one for people of color, for interrogation. After Council's repeated denials, Bagwell quickly became frustrated and began to beat him. It's likely he was tried there before being returned to the cell for the evening, Holloman explains.
All the rest of them, they came at home that same day. But me and my brother Joe Lewis and Lewis, they kept us. All the rest of them, they came back home.
After a few days in the Wake County Jail, Council said deputies told him, "We're going to take you out to the country and hang you." So he rode with them 10 miles into the country, handcuffed and scared as they looped a noose around his neck. "It was a big tree," Council remembers. "I thought they were going to drive me out, string me up, and leave me to die there." The sheriff deputies hung Council for about a minute, he says, before they let him down, trying to intimidate and question him more. Council, choked from the rope and left with scars he still bears to this day, could not respond. The sheriff deputies, Council said, brought him back to the Wake County Jail, where he was released the next day. For decades, Council never told anyone. The feelings of terror, hatred, and anger remained only within himself. But in early 2019, Lynn decided to tell his story. The press received in Raleigh reached the desk of the current Apex Chief of Police, John Letney. The next day, he removed Sam Bagwell's brick from the walk outside the police station, publicly denounced Bagwell, and apologized to Lynn. Wake County Sheriff Gerald Baker apologized Thursday on behalf of the department for the inhumane treatment Council endured so long ago. Baker asserted, "I wanted Lynn to know that as long as I humbly hold this office, there cannot and will not be acts like this from our department. This department has come a long way from back then, but we all still have a long way to go. Integrity, accountability, we're going to be transparent and try to be consistent with what we do every day." Then Baker offered Council 3 gifts. The first, a key to the sheriff's office. Big in silver, it was an open invitation to visit any time and a promise to never let the past repeat itself. The second, a glass case for storing it, engraved with the verse from James 1:12. "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to him that love him." The third, a framed black and white photograph of Sheriff Robert Pleasance, who held office in 1952. "We'll just box it up and put it away," said Baker. "I want to apologize to you for what happened to you by a member of this office. I cannot change what they did and its effect on your life. I ask you for your forgiveness." As Baker tucked the old sheriff's portrait inside a cardboard box, Council only smiled at his small audience. "Y'all are some nice people," he announces. "Back then, some people didn't treat me that right, but you all are good people." Apex is a town 20 minutes southwest of Raleigh, and like many southern communities, it harbors its own history of racism and prejudice. Today, the weight of that history rests upon the community leaders attempting to heal the scars of the past. "It's just the right thing to do," Baker said. "We're all human beings, and we need to make sure we treat each other that way."